The divorce papers described a bizarre, markedly unhappy home. Dr. Bartha put up swastika adorned articles around the house, according to the court decision, intentionally traumatizing her because she is of Jewish descent and was born in Nazi occupied Holland. Dr. Bartha became enraged when she took them down, according to the papers, which also said he ignored his wife as she was treated for breast cancer. So they're getting a divorce. He's antagonizing this woman. She is traumatized and she's also trying to heal from breast cancer. So, why do women file for divorce? Let's examine that in a little bit. Let's finish the story. A judge granted her the divorce. He was ordered to pay 1.23 million plus alimony for 2,000 per month for 3 years. But the referee in the case held that the couple's home, then valued at 5 million, was part of marital property and that Miss Hahn had no claim to the home. Then Dr. Bartha appealed the decision, a move that would ultimately cost him his house. He wanted to stay married and would have to sell or mortgage the house to pay the 1.2 million the court said he owed. He didn't love her. He was emotionally and constitutionally opposed to divorce. He was a man who worked all the time and couldn't stand to be alone. So he was mean. He didn't love her. He just didn't want to get divorced. Makes sense. Early in 2005, the Appellate Division of State Supreme Court held that the townhouse was marital property. It was an unusual decision that the New York Law Journal noted on its front page, partly because the appellate court determined that the home was community property, regardless of the form in which the title is held. After the decision, Mr. Garr tried repeatedly to contact his client through letters and phone calls, but failed. Dr. Bartha seemed to be swallowed by his own despondency. He had already begun a series of suicide attempts. So basically, he's just devolving. I'm going to skip most of this, but just know that he was devolving. Finally, Dr. Bartha's beloved townhouse slipped from his grasp. In 2005, Ms. Hahn received a judgment of 3.6 million plus a property. She received lawyer fees according to the court payments. The total of all money judgments in the matrimonial action against Dr. Bartha came to more than $4 million. Miss Hahn had complained in court papers that he has fought me every step of the way in the divorce action and said she did not expect that he would satisfy the money judgments. The only way to ensure that he complied was to have the house sold. So she knew that this man was devolving fast. All right, let's keep it moving.